This transition to clean energy and the support of offshore wind is really all about addressing the climate change crisis. And we want to do it in a way that is supporting jobs here in the US, domestic supply chain. We want to do it in a way that is thoughtful and deliberate.
Elizabeth Klein is director of the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management. She says the proposed lease areas for offshore wind developments would cover around 1 million acres, with the potential to power around 5 million homes. 2 of the sites are off of the Maine coast, with the remaining 6 off the coast of Massachusetts.
The original process to start looking at the potential for offshore wind in the Gulf of Maine actually started probably 10 years ago or so, but in the past couple of years in particular, we really started in earnest and looking at areas in the Gulf of Maine that might be suitable for this type of development.
Klein says during the process, the Bureau worked with other government agencies as well as commercial and environmental agencies, such as the Conservation Law Foundation, to study current uses of the areas as well as potential environmental concerns.
We know that the single most significant threat to all species, including human beings, is climate change, and offshore wind is critical to addressing that threat. At the same time, we're also very cognizant of and concerned about impacts to marine species, the critically endangered right whale being at the top of that list.
Klein adds that offshore wind has the potential to help jumpstart our push to use more renewable energy sources in our electric grid.
The wind resource off our East Coast is tremendous, and the ability to use offshore wind technology to bring clean energy to the grid on the East Coast really does hold an enormous amount of promise for states to meet their clean energy goals.
Klein says the Bureau hopes to hold its first lease bid as early as this fall. The winner of that bid would then have 5 years to plan and to begin to execute their operation of the offshore wind site. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.